Sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel the sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel the sunshine. Thanking our universe for giving me sons. 3 kings standing in a waiting one. Got my soldiers by my side if it's a war we won. We won, yeah. Oh yeah, sun. So many things I've got to tell you, yeah, but I'm afraid I don't know how. Cause there's a possibility you'll look at me differently. From the moment I looked into your eyes, yeah. I just knew my life would be more than alright. Knew my days had purpose, nights had peace.
I just knew my heart was at peace.
And I'm also thankful that you have chosen me. Like my sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel the sunshine. Sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel the sunshine.
My MOM always available. Got me and my brothers whenever there's trouble. Dream team supreme, always taking W. Please keep it decent, don't get split till it's skeletal. I know that this is love. My mom always got my back, never lets me slack. She rides, she rides, she rides, never let me down. She rides, keep me motivated. She rides, always meditated. She rides, she rides.
Sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel the sunshine. Sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel the sunshine.
Always doing what it takes, always help me elevate. Try to keep me from the fake, keep me, got me from the gate. Sorry I was in the way, did the time I had to pay. Now we back to better things, swear you my everything, yeah. Always held me down, now I got you when I'm up. When I'm up. Queen in the castle bell towers like tut. Like you tut. Always held me down, now I got you when I'm up. When I'm up. Queen of the castle bell towers like tut.
Sunshine, 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 sunshine. Making good music, you can feel in the sunshine. Sunshine, 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 sunshine.
I take the load.
Making good music, you can feel in the sunshine.
You take the highs, I take the lows. Us together, we about to touch some. Yeah. You take the high, I take the lows. Us together, we about to touch some. Yeah.
I'm a lit kid, beat.
I know it ain't easy. Whoever said it would be easy. I know it ain't easy, but I know it's gonna be alright. Darkness cannot faze me. I walk through the dark to shine as bright. Can't no hate dismay me. I walk in love, there ain't no fight. Can't no weapons face me. Nothing for will dim my light. I wake up in the zone, feeling so strong. Can never know me down, but I know what's going on. They see it as pain, I see it as life. Take the good with the bad, it'll be alright. No matter what they bring to dim my light. I know it ain't easy, what could come without a fight. Bad days don't defeat me. Oh no, I know it ain't easy. The haters can hate, they don't defeat me. Yeah, mistreat yourself when you mistreat me. It'll be alright, oh. cannot faze me. I walk through the dark to shine as bright. Can't no hate dismay me. I walk in love, there ain't no fight. Can't no weapons faze me. Nothing for will dim my light. I know it ain't easy. Whoever said it would be easy.
She is so choosy. Excuse me if I'm so damn much, I gotta shine. I gotta shine. You know you the bull when they blowing up your line. Up your line. In the room full of models, bet you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. She picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. She picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, in the room full of models, bet you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, you watch Gucci suits, fresh new pair of boots. I get so fly, I just glide like a parachute. High as the sky, I don't share the same air as you. Foreign name material, drip it like cereal. Show your right, dolomite, I'm active on hoes in sight. Throw shorty up on the wall like she don't know her rights. What all I'm kicking her draws, I got an appetite. Probably think I'm apping right, think a nigga capping right. But if I hit it with this wine, I might have a stuck. And every time she see me, cause I'm cutting up. Versace suit, French button up. Diamond cufflinks, I'm elevated up. Ooh, I gotta shine. Step up in the room and make a hater go blind. The ooh on my line. So I'm on my grind like it's 1989. Excuse me if I'm so damn much, I gotta shine. I gotta shine. You know you the bull when they blowing up your line. Up your line. In the room full of models, bet you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. She picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, in the room full of models, bet you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey.
He choosing the Chougie since day one in Gucci and Louis and Laurent, St. Martin, St. Lucie. Stay Dolo and Bentley, you might just recoup me. Atlanta to Philly, uptown to Dunwoody. They lost for the kitty. You cover the ticket, the nigga get with me. You cover the ticket, the nigga get with me. Get with me. Chougie.
Excuse me if I'm so damn much, I gotta shine. I gotta shine. You know you the bull when they blowing up your line. Up your line. In the room full of models, bet you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. She picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, in the room full of models, bet you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. Hey, she picking and she choosing and I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Hey, I ain't spending nothing but the wave. Kicking for a minute, not days. Damn, mama, why you tryna change my ways? I'm about to knock you over with the wave. Tsunami, the kitty cat. You talking dirty, let me see where it's really at. She start twerking on me, feeling that. Got me like, slow down, ma, you're killing that. Engine number 936, backwoods is free smoke all the time. We don't ever beg, we buy. Only captains on this shit like I. All the way up, I can trip and skydive. Different kind of glow, I'm so effing sci-fi.
Whoa.
Excuse me if I'm so damn much, I gotta shine.
I gotta shine.
Do I hear you in the mic? Is your mic on?
My mic in the phone is on, my brother.
Why I don't hear you in my earphones?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
I. Oh, did I do something? See, I always come around here fucking
And
around.
start remixing.
Listen,
You start being an engineer. You
Yeah.
start trying to level it out. You
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, let me see if my levels is good.
You
No,
like-
my main thing is making sure my lighting is right. So I'll be like, let me make sure my lighting is good. Listen, man.
lights, camera, action.
It's the BeeChougie Podcast. It's your girl StarChougie here to shine a little light on.
A dark situation.
That's what we do around here.
Situation to the common folks.
I got my lovely co-host
Front Daddy SP.
in the building.
Yeah, though.
And we here. We back like
You
we
ain't-
never left.
You ain't say your name.
Oh, and I'm your girl StarChougie. You already know who I am, and y'all know what I came to
Yeah, I'm
do.
still trying to get known.
Shut up. I mean, hush the F up. You already, everybody know you, man.
Allegedly.
If they don't know you, they living under a rock somewhere.
That may be true.
All right, so this is an interesting topic today,
Okay.
and let me take this earring off because it's digging into my face, and I can't even get jiggy with that because it hurts. So I can't even think about the conversation.
Mm.
So
It's
we're
probably
about to-
that. It's probably that. Them
that,
frequencies hitting that silver,
those freaky frequencies,
hitting that silver, causing some disruption.
and we'll talk about this later. I'll tell you guys what this is at the end of the show. Okay? So, meanwhile, we'll sit this right here in the middle and clear our frequencies out right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been going for a minute.
It's time for the jump off.
Period. So, I was going because some things, life was lifing. And
Okay.
I was getting my sword sharpened.
Okay.
And so I was, in order to sharpen that sword, sometimes you have to go in combat, or what feels like combat.
Yeah.
Should we shut the door?
Yeah, it sound like people playing 1, 2, 3 red light.
So, I was, some things had taken place. I'll give you guys a little backstory to this. About 2 months ago, everybody in my house had fell ill. All right. So we had things like this: nausea, headaches, body aches, loss of taste and smell, runny nose and things like that as well. And most people, I mean, if we had went to the doctors for it, they would have basically told us that we had COVID. But I actually been following a lot of these things for so long. Now, I'm not saying that this is that. Let me be clear. There's two things I want to be clear on. I'm not saying that this is the only thing going on. This is just one of the things that's taking place right up under our nose that we do not know about, and I'm here to shine some light on it. Okay. And the second thing is, in order to get the full version of the show, because I have to insert some clips and have to do some editing and revising to this here show, you're going to want to go on StarChougie page, and I'm going to upload the full video tomorrow. So I'll be up all night editing and adding the clips in from the scientists and my references and all the things to coincide with what I'm about to tell you guys today. So, yeah, we had all gotten sick, and everybody was, shaking it off. It lingered for about almost 3 weeks, and my one son in particular, we had all gotten better. My grandson came over, and my one son ended up getting sick again, and this was actually causing him to walk different. It was causing him to be so tired, and he was just taking a very long time to, recover from something that we had all recovered from. So, it started making me, wonder exactly what was going on with him. So, I watched him closely, but I didn't take him to the hospital just yet. I did end up taking him to the hospital once he got fevers that would not break. So I took him to the hospital, and they kept him there for 3 days, and they did nothing. They literally just watched him. the COVID test was negative, so they couldn't, they couldn't blame it on that. Um, and so now they just want to keep taking blood, drawing blood from the guy. I'm talking about 6 tubes of blood 3 times a day. And enough got to be enough. So I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this here. Like, if y'all just giving him Motrin to break his fever and he's just sitting here, you're doing nothing besides taking his blood, we're going to go, and we did. So he actually got a little better, not 100%, but he got a little better, and life went on. But then I saw that he still wasn't, recovering properly. So I took him to a holistic doctor, and I'm a herbalist, but I didn't want my ego to get in the way and be like, I got this. I'm gonna handle all this, because you got to know when sometimes things is out of your league, and I've never dealt with this to this degree before. So this was all new to me. This is why I said my sword was being sharpened, because now I know how to deal with this. Now I know what's up. So I already knew that what this was. I already knew it had something to do with radiation. So I had him to take the Wi-Fi router away from his room, take the remotes from his game system off of his bed when he sleeps at night, turn the game off because the game is constantly running, and take those AirPods that he was wearing all day, take those out, and different things. I'm just getting him to move all the positive ions, because positive ions is what comes from radiation. The negative ions is the ones that you kind of want, that you want to balance, but the positive ions is the ones that's carcinogenic, can cause cancer, and has been. All right. So, the fevers came back. I take him to the hospital. I'm like, listen, we got to figure out what exactly is going on so we can break these fevers. I knew that the radiation was a big thing, so I told the doctors that. So this is how the system works. They give you a list of things, and they say, check off everything that your parents has had or their parents has had, because they're trying to compile data on how to diagnose you. Okay. So if you go and say, oh, well, my mom had cancer, or my mom had this or that, they're going to diagnose you with that. Not because it's what you have, but because they don't know what the fuck is going on with you for real. And they have to put a name on it. Because once they put the name on it, the medications,
they can treat you for it.
There you go. The medications come along with it. And that's where the big money comes in at. When they're charging you arm and leg, or your medical insurance company arm and leg for these prescriptions. That's the main thing. So it was crazy, because I talked to the owner, not the owner, but the person who runs St. Christopher's. I said, this is radiation. I said, I showed him 20 different reasons why it was radiation. So, just so I'm going to insert in this video signs of radiation versus signs of what they call COVID. And then I'll also insert some signs of different autoimmune diseases versus radiation. And then we will also put in there radiation-induced autoimmune disease. People didn't even know that was a thing. So many folks did not even know there was a such thing as radiation-induced autoimmune disease. Okay? Autoimmune disease could be a various of things, from rheumatology stuff to cancer to lupus to there's tons of different things caused by the immune system fighting itself. Your immune system is overworking now. It's actually attacking the red blood cells, the healthy blood cells. The white blood cells is attacking the red blood cells. So his body became inflamed completely from head to toe. They're like, we need to first thing they said, we're going to need to give him a blood transfusion. I said, no, we're not. doing such a thing. And I tell you guys why I don't believe in blood transfusions. That is DNA. Your blood, your plasma is your DNA. Attached to that DNA is soul. Okay? Your soul is attached to that DNA. Your family, your karmatic debt, your family trauma bonds, all that is attached to the blood. So to get someone else's blood, I'd rather fucking die. I'd rather leave this planet than someone give me a blood transfusion. Because when I leave, at least I'm leaving with my trauma bonds and not someone else's family trauma bonds or someone else's Jeffrey Dahmer or whoever else plasma in my tied into my soul. Okay, so I mean, I know there's some religions that don't do it, like the Seventh-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witness or something like that. They don't believe in that because of those things, you know. So this is very deep when I tell you that, you know, some people have gotten them before, and they'll talk about how different they act. That their food desires change, their sexual desires change. They want to smoke cigarettes, like mood disorders and different things like that from blood transfusion. So it wasn't happening. And they got so many people to come and try to talk me into this, and I told everybody no, 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 no. Right? But I was working on a plan to raise his red blood count the entire time. So it wasn't like I just was leaving him high and dry. I knew that there was things that we could do. I'll tell you about that now. What we used to first, before I go there, I'll tell you some of the other things that they attempted to do. They wanted to do a biopsy on his kidney, which means they would take a needle this long, insert it into his kidney, and pull that much meat out of the kidney. So y'all got to understand the system. We dealing with some dark beings, okay? We dealing with some dark entities, no matter if you want to believe it or not. We are dealing with some dark entities that are bloodthirsty, okay? And they like to use our melanated beings as lab rats because they can't figure us completely out, okay? So I said, no, it's not happening. Well, we need to put him to sleep because he has fluid around his heart and his lungs. And I said, no, you're not putting him to sleep. Like, everything that they were trying to do, I was like, no, we're not doing that. The only thing I came here for, and this is not what I told them, but this is what me and my son is clear about, is to use the equipment. We need blood work. We need EKGs. We need CAT scans. You know, we need those type things so we can see and know for a fact what's going on with the vessel, so we can know how to treat the vessel and not with Western medicine. So once we found out what the issues was, after they ask you, what do your family have in you? I mean, have any diseases or anything else your family has, you know, going on in the lineage, they come stand over your bed where your vessel is already weak, and they cast spells over you. They'll tell you, oh, you have XYZ, and we're very afraid for you. They say, because now they're implanting fear into you. You're already a weak vessel, and now they're going to implant fear into you and your loved ones, who's ever there hearing this. So now they got a room full of fearful folks with holes poked in their aura, and they're now casting spells, spelling words. You know, they're now telling them, you have this. And the person is going to take that on. They're going to start to feel that. They're going to feel sick. They're going to feel this ease, you know, that they're telling them that they have. And they'll begin to manifest it into their life. But my son is too strong for that. Man, my son was super aware of all the things that they was saying, to the point where they was asking him, like, are you scared? Are you afraid? He like, no, I'm fine. And they couldn't understand it. They like, no, you need to tell us the truth.
Like I just told you. You must don't know me. I'm magic.
Period. You know?
Voila. On them on the calm. I'm going to kill him on the calm.
And that's exactly what had took place. So I said, boom, my son has the will to live. That's number one. I could mix up 100,000 magic potions. I have people that want to call me a witch. So I can hook up 1,000,000 potions, herbal potions that will do nothing for his body if this is not what he wants. Because everything is mental. Everything starts with thought. Okay? So he already wanted to be here. I saw it. I felt it. And now it's just my job to give him tools. So we got some dandelions. Some dandelion root. They grow up and down the street. Y'all do know dandelion root grows out of the sidewalk. They call them sunflowers. Sunflower, not sunflowers. They turn into whooshes. The little white things you blow and you make a whoosh. Well, guess what? They really are that powerful because they cleanse and replenish the red blood cell count. Okay? Within 48 hours, okay, of us smuggling, because I talked to them about the herbs. I tried to get their permission to treat my son with herbs. I even brought in their own physician desk read for herbs. They have a book, the same exact book that they use for Western medicine. They have one for herbs, but they'll never tell you that because those are free. It was growing out the sidewalk. And we made tea out of it. His blood count, his red blood count went from 6.1 to 8 to 7. First it went to 7.6 and then it went to 8.1. So his blood count literally pluffed up red blood cell count in 48 hours. Okay? Dandelion root. Y'all go outside, take your children outside, show them the things that the earth is giving us. The earth knows what we need. Nature knows what we need. We are in sync with nature. We just don't know it. We throwing weed spray on them things and thinking that they're a nuisance and it's medicine. Mother Earth is giving you what you need and you are killing it. They killing us and y'all killing it. So anyway, we got the dandelion root, got it up in them. They're like, now mind you, they wanted the blood transfusion. Then they wanted to give them an artificial thing because I said no to the transfusion. They wanted the artificial medication that messes with the kidneys. They wanted to give them that then. Well, since you won't do this, let's do this. No, we're not. And then they said, oh, well, miraculously, his blood count has went up. And we let them go ahead and rock out with the miraculous whatever, because we treating him the whole time. Inflammation went down. All his levels, sodium is up. It was low. It is now perfect. All these things is happening. My son got rolled up there in a wheelchair. He walked out of there. Damn near ran. Okay. He was in there for 9 days. And it was a point where, I was fighting them so bad. Like I was going to war with these folks. And I felt like I was in a battle, like I was getting rolled on. I left out of there one night feeling defeated because they sent every specialist in that hospital to tell me why I needed to it was life-threatening that I had to get this blood transfusion and this kidney biopsy for my son. And he recovered. And he's still recovering right now. But, they sent everybody at me. And I had to keep on fighting and rumbling. Like, no, we not doing that. We not doing that. And they like just trying to poke holes in my aura. And they failed. But what they did do was make a better person out of me and him. All right. So y'all got to understand this. My spiritual people, I kept saying that the spiritual people is under attack. And I everybody that I know that's on some, we understand. We're here for the enlightenment, and we understand that this is a university. we had been going through some shit. If it wasn't with their family, it was with their jobs or wherever. They was just being hit, right? And I was saying we were under attack, but what I realize now is it was not an attack. It's a way for us to have balance. And these things that we find evil is sometimes necessary. Sometimes you got to go through the dark to get to the light. And if you don't go, a lot of great things happen in the dark. When you go to sleep, your red blood cells, the melatonin in your body replenishes your red blood cells in the complete darkness. Make sure y'all turn those TVs off at night. Turn them cell phones off at night. Turn the Wi-Fi modem off at night. What did you used to do before there was cell phones? Turn that shit off. Let your body rest, So in the dark, your body literally rejuvenates itself. When a baby is 9 months in the womb, it's in the dark. It has to be put in that dark in order for it to grow. And a whole human comes out of that, So a lot of good things, a lot of life comes from that darkness. Don't be afraid to step in that dark place sometimes. You got to go in there to recover yourself, because a lot of us is stuck there and can't find our way out. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go in there to deal with that shit. Go in there, deal with it, and then you move forward. So, long story short, that was long already. I mean, I literally, wanted to just make this show about this because it's just deep how people are being misdiagnosed. Okay? So, where was I at with this? I don't want to get lost in all the dark places that helps you to rejuvenate the blood cells. Make sure y'all turn them TVs and all that, like I said. Get you some dandelion root. Take the kids outside. Show them that nature is showing us so much love. Nature is providing medication that's totally free. I paid $0.00. Okay, 1 bag of sugar water at the hospital, that IV fluid is nothing but sugar water. Okay, 1 bag of that, I don't even know, it's probably $500. Okay, for a bag of that. I got these for free, and this replenished his blood cells, and is continually replenishing his blood cells. Took away the aches, took away the pains. Okay, it is supporting the kidney and the liver. I also threw some turmeric in there for inflammation.
What they call it, deflammation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we threw the turmeric in there, and we threw the nettle in there for the lungs and all that good stuff. So literally all these things came from the earth, and they're helping him to recover. He had a doctor's appointment today. They looking at him like, you look good. Yeah, as he should. No thanks to y'all. They like, are you taking this medication and this drug and it? Yep, we taking all that shit. But this is the system. Last day we there. I'm a forward to the last day we was there. They wasn't done with him. They wasn't done. They wasn't done with him, and they had more tricks up their sleeve because what they had tried had failed. So they say to my son, now they're going to try to break his spirit. Because after 9 days being in the hospital for a teenage boy and anybody, you ready to go. You want to be around your family, So they said, well, you can't leave now because your potassium is down.
From bananas potassium?
That's what I said. I said, you mean to tell me he could just eat this banana and we out? But we need to watch it. We have to watch the potassium. Now, mind you, they put him on a steroid, which is the one thing I wish I would have said no to. But I had said no to so many things, and I started to feel like other people was looking at me like, what if she hurts? What if she's killing him? So I didn't want to seem too
yeah, I know, overboard, like too rejecting everything. Because what are you there for? Well, we already know for the
equipment,
for the machines, but for those who is you against the world at that point.
Especially when they don't.
Because they going infer that's why
Something happened.
Yeah, because you ain't saying no to everything.
That part. So I said, okay to the steroids. They put him on 1,000 milligrams of, I forget the goddamn name of it now, but whatever it is, they put him on 1,000 milligrams of it.
Naproxen?
No, it was started with a P. Prednisol.
Prednisone. That's what they are. Prednisones. Yeah.
They put him on 1,000 milligrams of it. I came in the hospital on Easter Sunday. Don't even get me started on that, okay? But I come in there on that holiday that they worship all kinds of crazy things for. But I come in there and my baby face is swelled up like a baseball mitt. He's lethargic. He's not speaking properly at all. Okay? He's laying in the bed and his eyes is telling me that he's giving up. And I didn't see that in him the day before. I stay every day, all day until nighttime. Then I have a 1-year-old I have to get to. But I was there all day, and then his dad will come most nights. You know, so I when I got in there, I was disturbed, and at that point, they started to the holes. I felt them poking the fucking holes in my aura, because that's how you do it, through my children, right? So I saw what these motherfuckers was doing, you know, and I was like, oh no, unhook him. Unhook him. I need to put him in the shower. Y'all need to unhook all this shit. He needs to get in the shower. And we no, this ain't it. I looked him in his eyes. I was like, you want to be here, right? He like, yes, I'm tired. I want to go home. And I'm saying it very clear. He was not talking that clear. This shit was messing with him. These steroids was fucking with him. Okay? And Sunday is the day they were supposed to turn them off completely. But they said, we can't turn them off completely. We have to wean them off. Right? So anyway, he got in the tub. He got disconnected. And before we left, we made him like boards that said wholeness. And let me tell you how I did these motherfuckers. I got them at their own shit, bro. You know how they do alchemy through contracts, right? Mm-hmm. So we made a big old card. Me and Moosh made a card that said wholeness. We said that we wish nothing but wholeness and health for Nafik. And put all his nicknames on there too. And we made all the doctors sign it. Mm-hmm. Because you got the papyrus and you got the ink. And anybody that knows about alchemy, y'all know how it works. They get people in contracts with these houses, with cars, with everything. With these celebrities, they make them sign because that your signature is very, very spiritual. There's a lot of things tied to that signature because you put your feet print when you're first born. They send them down to the Vatican and they do rituals over it. Right? So pretty much I played them at their own game. I made every single doctor, can you sign that? Cause whatever y'all meant for bad, now we gonna play your own shit with y'all. We gonna play your own shit on y'all. But anyway, he got out. He got out the tub. He started to look better. He started to go down some, cause he was so swollen and he was so tight that he didn't really want to move around. You know, got him up out that bed. By the time we left at night, he was looking good. He was feeling better. You know. And it was onward and up from. I told them, y'all got to lower them fluids. You got to take that shit off tonight. So they did lower everything got lowered. Everything got, you know, they did listen. You know. So, I mean, I made enough noise in that motherfucker. I mean, I wasn't loud. But I did not let them see a wrinkle nor crinkle in my armor. I'm not fucking playing with y'all, okay? So, yeah, he looked better. So last day, all tests work is coming back. All the lab results is coming back in our favor, which we knew they would come in the room. I say, oh, what good news do you have for me today? And it was always good news. We was manifesting the future that we wanted. We was speaking it. We spoke life when they spoke death. All right? We spoke life over the situation when they spoke death over the situation. All right? So The last day we're about to leave, we just floating too much, and they see it. Because we dealing with some demons, not all of them, but about 90% of the motherfuckers knows what's up because they take oaths to be hypocrites. So we about to leave, and they say, oh, he's not going to be able to leave because the potassium. Okay, banana. Okay, no banana. All right, well, give me a prescription that he can take, because they love the word prescription. Give me a prescription he can take it home.
Well, that's a couple dollars for him. They'll take that.
Yeah, so they say, well, he can't take it at home. He has to be here because we have to watch him. And I said, okay, so now I'm just letting you know that we leaving. Voluntary or involuntary. So y'all got until 5 o'clock to get all the, whatever y'all trying to give us or whatever. We need that. So, because we're leaving. And they came in there, and the same one who was saying there's nothing he could take it home. She's like, well, do you promise you're going to give it to him at home? I said, but you just told me there's nothing he could take it home. Right? So, this is the lies and the games that they play in your face.
Holding you at court.
Right. She came back. She said, well, I have all the prescriptions here. I said, okay, you got the one for potassium? Oh, well, I talked to the cardiologist and the neurologist and the rheumatologist, and they all agree that he doesn't need, it's not even that much down that he even needs anything to take. But you was about to make him stay here an extra day, though, right? But there's no medication nothing for potassium. But you just told me he could have heart problems and all these things if I don't make him stay here another day. But now you telling me he don't even need it at all? So I just want y'all to know that there's a lot of games being played, and if you allow it, you will be played. You will be caught in a number. You will be diagnosed with some shit that you don't have. All right? So this radiation is coming from the cell phones. All right? It's coming from these cell phone towers. I won't even scream out the 5 to the whatever else it is, because we know that the algorithms is crazy. However, that's what it's coming from. It's positive ions raining on us. We basically in a microwave cooking slowly. So there's things that you can do, but understand that they will never tell you this. If you go to your doctor and you ask them about this, they're going to say no, because they can never go against the system. They can never go against the system. They gave that internet to all the hospitals for free, all the schools for free.
And they got a whole hour and 20-minute lecture from Melbourne University, Dr. Deborah Davis on mobile phone and wireless radiation. So if that's something y'all want to check out from a professional or education perspective, or however y'all want to call it, scientific, y'all need to understand how many the waves and the electrons and how the megahertz affect your heart rate per minute, and they breaking all that down an hour and 20 minutes
from 7 years ago.
Yeah, if y'all need a scientific outlook on it.
Absolutely.
Melbourne University, MELLBOURN, the University of Melbourne, and that's Dr. DEVRA Davis, Deborah Davis, The Truth About Mobile Cell Phone and Wireless Radiation.
That part.
If y'all want to do your own research. And it's many more other
videos and all kind of stuff out.
Yeah, it's a lot out.
Now, the internet has been scrubbed, because we're talking about artificial to the intelligence. So, of course, it will, certain words and will trigger the algorithms, and it will go off. It will be taken off. So, understand that part, that, there is, for every one video that you will find telling the truth about these frequencies and what they are doing to us, you'll find 100 that's saying it's fine, it's okay, because they own these networks, they own these platforms. So, of course, they're going to put that this is okay. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research and stop believing the hype. Get a radiation detector. See what's being emitted from your Wi-Fi routers. Okay? Do y'all understand that when 2019, September of 2019, they start putting them up here in Philadelphia, New York, and all that, if you go and you pull up when the towers was put up in each state, you will see when COVID hit in so-called COVID hit in each state. It literally went just like that. Okay? New York had the most in the beginning because New York had the most towers up. They was on every corner. When they put it up in China, they was dropping dead in the middle of the street. So, people will heckle and jekyll and say, oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, oh, y'all crazy. That's them conspiracy theorists people. But there is facts. There is schools where children was dying from cancer. A bunch of children. Did y'all know that LeBron James had face cancer from cell phone back in 2009? Mm-hmm. And then they gave him a cell phone endorsement in 2010. He had face cancer. He had a tumor removed from his face, but y'all won't know about that. You can pull it up and Google it, though. Mm-hmm. For sure. If you think I'm bullshitting, check out my records. Check everything that I'm saying. Check everything that I'm saying and prove me wrong. I want you to. But I'm living it. I'm living it. My son caught it the worst because he had the most going on in his room. He literally was just in the microwave times 10. He was in the air fryer because the air fryers give off more radiation than microwaves. When the microwaves came out, cancer came out. When those towers, they turned it up a notch on us here because it's been out. They use it in war. They use it to kill in war, okay? But when they turned it up a notch here, that's when they came up with Deceive It. All right? So in 2019, they start putting the towers up. December of 2019, they came out with Deceive It. Same exact symptoms. Pull up symptoms of acute radiation syndrome and then pull up symptoms of CVID. And you think if I'm bullshitting, you tell me, like I said, check what I'm saying and tell me if I'm wrong or not.
I say just even something simple. You know how you go to the dinners and they used to put metal in your mouth, but now they know, like, say you even put a gum wrap to your mouth for how it attracts. So if they stop putting metal in your mouth because they know the effects of just as something simple as a gum wrapper can set it off. You know what I mean?
Why you think I want my braces out so bad? Once I found that out.
So we got metal. We at least we made a 2.75% of metal in our body. So they're going to find
gold.
Yeah, so they're going to find a quicker way how to absorb that, because just by putting that metal shit in your mouth, you put something close to it, it's going to affect you. It's going to cause pain.
Right.
It's going to put you in a dis-ease.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's definitely a fact. I just like to break things down in the simplest form because people like to act like they don't see how that can exist. But if you had a silver cap in your mouth, then it is just straight like that.
Yeah, I mean that's like an antenna, just like any other antenna that's on top of a TV, and we're electromagnetic beings, and just like they put an antenna on top of the TV to receive frequencies, to receive a signal, it's the same thing that will be happening to your body, okay? And that's what's going on. Like they have it turned up, and so people are getting sick.
All right. Because why would you get goosebumps? Just something like that. That's an antenna. Your hair sticking up.
Your hair's antennas.
Yeah, your hair sticking up. Like it was something wrong. That stomach, you feel in your stomach when your heart beat fast.
Right. And so the crazy thing is the data shows that once cell phones came out, there was more rectal cancer. Why? Because people are putting their cell phones in their back pocket. There was breast cancer because women are sticking their phones in their chest.
Right there in their chest, yeah.
Okay? Face cancer and brain cancer because people put the phone to their face all day, every day. Okay? Mm-hmm. So this is the thing. They're going to tell you any old thing because they need to keep selling y'all the cell phones, and they need to keep giving it to you. Why you think Obama gave everybody one for free? You think he just gave a fuck that people got in touch with their loved ones? They removed all the pay phones and gave everybody free phones. They're trackers and they're killers, okay? And I have mine because I need it. Now they made it, so we need it.
Yeah, they stripped you from all your knowledge.
Right.
Like they strip you from having the ability of remembering 20 numbers in your head. They strip
Right.
you from the ability of
Remember that? You could remember somebody's phone number?
yeah. Remember reading a map. Remember taking a big
I
ass
remember.
piece of paper out and be like, "Yo, you gotta go up all the way over there, like a
Yeah.
fucking map."
You used to be like, okay, you gotta turn at the KFC.
You're
Then
like,
you gonna make a left at the. You had landmarks.
yeah, because I was about to say that's what my mom was like. Yo, you gotta remember landmarks. You don't know the landmark. My mom's like, you gotta be able to. That's what my mom told me from being young. Landmarks.
Right. You
Like
know.
you said, turn the kid. It's gonna be a big church of Allenstein.
Right.
And then right across there, you're gonna see Dr. Redfoot
You gonna see a
office.
bump. You gonna see,
Yeah.
you gonna see Smitty in front of the liquor store.
Then you take 2 less, and you should be right on 49th and Oliver.
Right. You know. So I mean, you know, it's a lot of things that's being going that's taking place right up under our nose, and we don't have a clue because they name it other things. They name it other things because you go and make it easy for them by saying, my parents had all this. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't figure out what. So I'm sitting in front of the doctors. I said, so are y'all going to put on the paperwork that is radiation induced autoimmune disease? Well, no, because I mean, how can we prove it? How do you know how much radiation is hitting him? I pulled out my radiation detector. Just like this, you know. And so like at first they wanted to fight me on it, but then there was no fight because you can't blame it on his mom or his dad having it. You can't blame it on his grandparents having it. So what do? You want to find a new name for it? Because you got to give it a name, because you got to get the prescriptions, you got to get the medications, you know. So they are misdiagnosing you guys. They are misdiagnosing you with MS. They're misdiagnosing you with autoimmune diseases. They're misdiagnosing you with cancers. And some of these things are causing cancer. But some of them are just them telling you have these things, and then you being radiated, and now you believe that you have these things. You're taking the medications that they're giving you for these things as if you have it. And you're manifesting it into your life. And then the craziest thing of it all is they're radiating the radiation. They're saying you have cancer, and then they're
mentally stressing yourself to death.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for cancer that you're getting from fucking radiation, they're giving you radiation treatments. And they wonder why people was dying so fast from cancer. They're radiating fucking radiation. Okay? So you talk about the irony of it all. You know, you wonder why you're so sick and sluggish and doing all that, because they're giving you
burning you the fuck out like a raisin.
Pretty much. So yeah,
taking all that, burning all the nutrients, all the shea butter out you and shit. Like, you know, like we contain oils.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We contain
just
gold,
us as, you know,
crystals, all of that.
Like, yeah, they stripping all that shit out. You like, look at us, we shiny as shit.
Right.
But they radiations, nigga. We gonna be some ashy ass niggas.
Right. We gonna be struggling.
We gonna be ashy
Yeah. So again, I'm gonna insert a lot of pivotal information into this video, and y'all can find it on StarChougie page, StarChougie. For the full video, I will be inserting Deborah Davis along with some other scientists that has conducted studies that they sent to the FDA, showing the FDA that the rats and the mice and the different animals that they tested all died. And you know what they did? They ignored it. They ignored it because they don't give a fuck. Okay? So we don't like to end off on a bad note. So I'm going to tell you some things you can do to protect yourself from these situations. Number one, I already told you one, is growing out of the sidewalks, and everywhere you can look, you see these dandelions, the little yellow flowers that turns into fluffy white flowers. They're magic. They're free. You can go and take and scoop it from the root. You want the root of it, okay? And it will replenish your blood cells, and it'll get your blood flowing through your body the way that it should. And if you're lacking red blood cells, it will fluff them back up and replenish the red blood cells. That's how serious nature is connected to us, that it actually makes more blood naturally. All right? So don't let them talk that transfusion shit into you. Get you some dandelion root and you watch it change. Okay? Then you got nettle. Get your nettle. Keep these things in your body, your vitamin D, your vitamin C, your supplements. Shit, I'm taking like 10 supplements a day to combat this microwave that we in. All right? This right here is something that I made at home. Is pretty much a neutralizer. All right? So in each room, you got a bunch of, because we're in these squares, they put us in squares instead of making them triangles.
And circles.
Or circles, whatever, so it can, kind of bounce off. Is literally getting stuck and stick. Yeah, it's just falling down on us. So, this is like a neutralizer. This is a neutralizer. It's a positive ion neutralizer. So it's turning the positive ions into negative ions. I have just copper that you could order offline for it's inexpensive. You could just order some copper offline. It's wrapped in this clear quartz crystal. Right? I mean the clear quartz crystal is wrapped around it or whatever. You take any bottle, you could take, this was actually like an Arizona iced tea bottle, and then you just wrap the copper around the bottle and up the bottle, and it acts as a conductor.
Like a little Tesla.
You put the water inside
power plant.
Yeah. So you put the water in the bottle, you do not drink it. So many people has asked me, do you drink it? No, you do not.
Does it look good as shit? I don't know if I'm thirsty. No. I'm like, that shit look cold as shit.
You don't drink
That's
it.
That's that crystallini.
No, but the longer that you keep it in that space, the farther it magnifies out. So the more coils that you wrap around, the farther it go, and the longer that you sit. So in about 3 days of this sitting, it'll go out. No, for 3 hours, it'll go out 30 feet. Within 3 days, it'll go out 300 feet. So you would have to have one probably downstairs, one upstairs. And like I said, this is cheap. This is, it's effective. And, it'll help you to neutralize your environment because, there's tons of things that cause cancer. The lotions that we put on, the foods that we eat, the chemtrails that they are dropping down on us on a constant basis, and all of those things. So you have to have ways to protect yourself from what is going on right now. It's not going to go on forever because this is the end of their reign, them reigning supreme over us, period. So they shit is coming to an end. But while we're still going through this, protect yourself. Get you some hematite. Most of the black crystals is good for radiation. Sea moss is good for radiation because of the iodine. Bananas is good because of the iodine and the iodate. These things are very good to repel radiation. Get you some EMF protectors for your cell phones. Don't put the phone next to your face. Put that bitch on speaker. Don't get them ear things because you're sending the signal straight to your brain. Those AirPods, the signals go, Paulie and the gang.
Paulie, DJ Paulie.
So y'all, those earbuds send the signals right to your ears, right to your brain. All right. So I'm actually gonna have a part 2 to this. But we're gonna get this documentary out. I thank y'all so much for listening. It's your girl. We'll be back next week like we never left.
Yeah.
We love y'all and we see y'all next week.
Peace.
I'm a lit kid.